Hey friends, Lee Brown here. Today we're going to talk about incorporating video into your small business marketing strategy. Now, I could have made that sound even less interesting, but maybe not. Because let's talk about video in your small business, because obviously here you are watching my video on YouTube. Hey friends! So make sure you're hitting subscribe because you're about to love what you're going to get. Now think about this. Video is the number one thing that you're not using. And I can tell you why you're not using video. The first reason you're not using it, and the first step to incorporating it, frankly, is to own and accept your status as an entrepreneur. Some of y'all, realtors, mortgage lenders, it doesn't matter if you own a small local pharmacy or an auto body shop, for some reason in your head, you're just doing your job and you don't see yourself as an entrepreneur. Most of y'all out there doing these really cool things are doing even bigger things than you realize. You're impacting your local economy. You're a micro business. You are the choice that somebody can make if they're choosing not to go online and they want to support their neighbors and they want to support the local business environment. You're it. So accept your status as entrepreneur and pat yourself on the back for starting and creating something cool. In fact, I know that as a realtor myself of 20 years, the 1.4 million realtors out there in the country don't all understand that their business is small and unique and really cool because it's built around people that you know in a community where you live and around this knowledge and expertise and this package of professionalism. So you got to think about who you are and what does indeed make you different. So if you're running one of those small businesses, why did you open it? What is the driving factor that told you to break out from the system and not work for the corporate man to do something really cool? There's something that you felt drawn to do. Identify that so that you can then put this message into the videos that you're going to make, okay? So you're identifying yourself as a business owner, putting that why in place. In fact, go watch Simon Sinek's video about Start With Why if you've lost your way a little bit and get reoriented into the space you need to be in. Because the second thing you're going to tell me is, Lee Brown, that's fine. I know exactly who I am as a business owner and what I provide and what I do. Okay, so why are you not making videos? Here's the reasons I am given by all of those aforementioned entrepreneurs as to why they don't use video. I'm too old, I'm too fat, I'm too ugly, I'm too stupid, or I sound stupid, I don't know what to say, I don't have the right equipment. Is that most of your excuses? All right, listen. Those of y'all out there that have said those are the reasons you don't use video, who told you that? Who told you you were too old and fat and ugly and stupid and didn't sound good? I don't think there's a soul out there that said that unless you maybe have an ex-husband or wife who's not kind and gracious. But the person who says ugly things to you is often you. You got that devil and angel on your shoulder and you're listening to the devil far too often. What you want to think about is how do you put the positive talk into play? And remember this, you're running a business. People have bought things from you and leaned on your professional guidance and expertise. They've met you. They know. They know what you look like. They know the package. If indeed you are too old and fat and ugly and stupid and don't sound good, they don't care. That's not what they see. They see smarts. They see expertise. They see customer service. They see somebody who's really providing value. So if they see the best side of you, you need to see the best side of you. Now, I'm going to break out my Bible if I need to, because in the Psalms, you know what it says? That you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Now, even if you're not a believer, it doesn't matter because God made you too. And he said you're fearfully and wonderfully made, and I'm going to believe him. So you need to tell the devil on your shoulder to shut it because you are providing value. Now, think about this. When you put the self-doubt aside, the only one you're going to have left is I don't have good equipment. Yeah, you do. You have a smartphone like I do, and I have an iPhone 11. That's what I made this video on. It's what I make most of my videos on. But just so you'll know, it's only got the 2 cameras. I didn't buy the third one because I'm too cheap to buy a third camera. So if you're cheap like Lee, you can still make really good videos. Now, the third thing I want you to know going into making videos is that there's a secret that nobody will tell you except Lee Brown. I'm here for you, friends. Here's the secret. Make a video release it into the wild, and never watch it again. I do not watch my videos again, because you know what I will do? I will let my self-doubt creep in, and I'll say, oh Lord, look at the crow's feet, and that lipstick color ain't right, your necklace was crooked, your hair had the roots showing, your blouse wasn't that flattering, your voice sounds like you're off the Beverly Hillbillies. I will say the meanest things to myself so I don't watch it again. If somebody's going to say mean things, which some people will, they're called trolls. If a troll wanders up in my comments and says ugly things, you then have the little asterisks under this one with the permission of Lee Brown to delete trolls. Trolls don't get to control what you think and what you provide in value to the world. So delete ugly comments, which is another reason to stay off of Twitter sometimes. It's kind of a dumpster fire. So don't go where the ugliness is. Think about where your clientele are and your future clientele. They're probably on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or some other happy place. Allow them the chance to see you, because y'all, your clients and community really do love you. And if you stay out of your own way, you can give them the opportunity to hear what you have to say through video. And by the way, it doesn't cost anything to make these videos. It will cost you a little bit of time. And then you're going to add these subtitles. And by the way, the program that we use for adding subtitles is called Zubtitle, Z-U-B title. And it's pretty inexpensive, and I like it because I can edit it. So make sure that you're thinking about the good technology, which is your smartphone and Zubtitle, and off you get. Now, the fourth thing to make small business videos work for your small business is content. And you're going to ask me, well, Lee, I don't know what to say, and I'm confused about content. Well, if you're a realtor, because that's what business I come from, you might go in the most commonly used road, which is to post videos of open houses and listings, which is boring. Nobody cares about your listing except you and the seller who loves it and the buyer who might buy it. But that's not a large audience. What you want to think about instead is, what are the things about a house that are interesting? I love when I go to sell somebody's house and I can find out what they loved about the house, because often the thing that the home seller loved is what the home buyer will love. Think about a mortgage lender. What could you talk about besides rates and amortization schedules? Yeah, you could talk about financial management and good habits and credit scores and things that the public needs. What if you're running a hometown pharmacy? You're competing with the big chains. You know what Harrisburg Hometown Pharmacy provides that I love? I get to talk to the lady who works there about her beautiful eyeshadow, because she's really good with makeup. And at the same time, I'm taking care of prescription needs. I love the humanity. So think about your content strategy and how it's going to showcase all of these different things. So here's what we're going to talk about. In the last year, I started a series, and it primarily lives on Instagram TV or IGTV, called my Realtor Tip Series. I'm trying to give tiny snippets, and that means under 2 minutes, of things that are interesting about houses, whether you're buying a house with a realtor or selling with a realtor, or frankly, why you just need one. The things that you might hear when you're on tour with me, I try to put out on video so that I can attract more amazing clients to my business. We're in a world now, y'all, where people are sick of fake commercials. They're sick of watching a video that says, I'm going to tell you the 5 secrets when you sign up for $1,000 worth of training. No, give your secrets. You can give a top line, and then if they hire you, they can have the deeper picture, but you can provide a lot of good information. We call that the freemium. Be the person who provides a little more, because that increases the level of trust people have in you, which means they're going to want to hire you for whatever professional expertise you give. Now, considering that piece, there's another angle you could take, which is being the furthest thing away from self-promoting possible. Some of y'all love to self-promote. Too much. It's like wearing all your jewelry at one time just so people will know you have it. You do not have to be all of your amazing qualities at the same time, and please just stop. Let us see who you are and what you provide. You don't have to be a nonstop daggum infomercial. It's bad. It's just bad. So here's what you could do instead. Another series I started last year was Spotlight on Local Businesses. My real estate office is located in an historic building that I bought in downtown Concord, North Carolina. And when I moved in, I said, man, I'm part of a new community here. I want to get to know my neighbors, because I'm a realtor. I'm chatty and out there meeting people. So I went business by business with my iPhone and with a selfie stick to talk about what they're doing. Not me, talk about them. I talk about the sweet life. She makes the best baked goods on the planet. I went to Shooby Doo and found out she who creates amazing handmade leather goods right here in downtown Concord was featured in this really cool publication, and now she can barely keep up with her orders. I met this really cool lady running an animal grooming salon, and the interesting thing was, after doing about 30 of these spotlights, I found out that over half of the businesses in downtown Concord are owned by women. We had this incubator of woman-owned business going on right in downtown Concord, and nobody had ever noticed the pattern because we weren't connected properly. So what if you, as a local business owner, can be that connective piece that discovers things that allows people to support one another in growth? Y'all, people talk all the time about wanting to not buy things from Amazon or from other websites, but they don't really know where to go to support local. Show the way, show the businesses, tell what people offer, and give a chance for your neighbors to reconnect in this really powerful way while you help other people make a living. There's a giant movement right now in the country to support local business because we know that we're supporting our neighbors who are trying to live out a dream. I need to know where I can go be supportive of that opportunity, because everything being bought online is taking us down a really lonely and miserable path, y'all. Let's get back to supporting each other locally. And video is just going to let you do that in a big way. Remember, too, that as you talk about other people in a positive and impactful way, it's easy for somebody to click back and find out who you are. You don't have to be a commercial. That's your tips for getting some small business video going. I would say that occasionally you should make a video about your own business and share if you're running a special or you're doing something really cool. I'm going to do some videos this coming year to celebrate being a realtor for 20 years because I'm very excited about that. So I want to make sure I'm talking about the special events that we're sponsoring. So I've got to use video to get that message out there. So share back in the comments what you do to promote your business. Share a link if you've got one, but always think about how you can take your expertise in your field to make not just your clients and customers better, but to make your community better, and most importantly, to lift yourself up and lift up all the people around you, so that even if you're making a video in your pajama pants, people will love you and come back for more. So I hope you'll subscribe to the channel, give me some love in the comments, and I'll see you next time.